Earlier this year, we tried to do a weekly news video, but honestly it was unsustainable. This time, we're going to try a video magazine based on the bi-monthly online magazine UT3 and see if that works. So, welcome to UT4. So, what's been in the news? Statoil wants to be seen to move more into greener energy, and apparently this isn't compatible with having the word oil in its title. So, it's decided to change the name to Equinor. Rebranding will cost up to $32 million. Subsea 7 have been in the news. Schlumberger and Subsea 7 have entered into a joint venture negotiations that builds on the Subsea Integration Alliance. Currently combines OneSubsea's subsea production and processing systems with Subsea 7's SURF capabilities. The new venture will create a life of field offering that includes autonomous subsea technology, digitally enabled remote surveillance, production monitoring, and IRM services. Last month, Subsea 7 announced that it would acquire 60% holding in the energy consultancy Exodus Group from Toyota. Subsea 7 also bought Seam offshore contractors and 2 vessels. Oceaneering acquired Ecos for 50 million quid. Ecos recently developed the ScarJet trenching system, and this adds jetting and post-lay trenching capabilities to its ploughing tools. Action bought Viking Seatech Group and sold Mirage machines to Actuant. Boskalis has taken delivery of a new vessel, Buckerlift, after it was converted into a self-propelled crane vessel. It's only a few months ago that Boskalis acquired Harkin's DSV Atlantis for about $60 million. Arca Solutions has won an order from Wintershall to provide subsea production systems, umbilicals, and for the Nova field. Subsea 7 won the pipeline and Visor EPCI contract. Features. Oh, this is interesting. Smarter Subsea Handling has developed ROVAR, the subsea handling subsea lifting device that can manoeuvre along the seabed like an ROV, yet potentially lift weights of up to 1,000 tonnes and work at depths of 2,000 metres. So think of ROVAR as an ROV, but instead of the conventional syntactic buoyancy on the top, it has a large hull containing 3 chambers. These consist of a dewar flanked either side by a pair of buoyancy caissons. As the vehicle is lowered into the sea, dump valves are opened to allow water to flood into these buoyancy caissons, and the resulting slightly negative buoyancy makes the vehicle sink slowly to the seabed. Once the vehicle and payload are locked together securely, liquid nitrogen from a cryogenic tank stored around 196 degrees centigrade, that's 231 degrees Fahrenheit, enters the caisson chamber at a very controlled rate. Because of the increase in thermal energy and the warmer ambient seawater, the cryogen quickly boils, vaporizing the liquid to gas. So it displaces the water in the chambers, and the system becomes buoyant. Using the vector thrusters, the ROVAR can then be driven horizontally. Speaking of lifting, McCartney's announced the Mermac U underwater winch range. Mermac comes in 2 sizes, 500 metres and 3200 metre cable capacities. Xblue has developed the new LBL system called Canopus. As well as a new software package, it will integrate the full range of Xblue's subsea positioning products. Up to now, they didn't have full LBL because they didn't have beacons with the telemetry capability. Now these beacons also include high-speed modems, sound, velocity, tilt, pressure sensors. As I said, you can read all about this in UT3. Saab CI and Total Marine Technology have launched a new lightweight electric torque tool allowing compact electric ROVs to carry out work that is normally the domain of much larger hydraulic vehicles. It weighs 24 kilos, about half the weight of a typical hydraulic torque tool, and can adapt automatically to class 1 to 4 fittings and torques. Rotec Subsea has developed this new TRS-LD low draft controlled flow excavation tool. It can operate in ultra shallow water depths up to 1 metre, suitable for cable, pipe, umbilical trenching and deburial. Blue Logic has developed a novel underwater connector, but the biggest challenge is the presence of seawater and the risk of short circuits. Blue Logic uses an inductive connection for electric tooling instrumentation. There are no pins and thus no configuration issues. The remaining 2 videos in this series talk about what was going on at the Oceanology exhibition in London last week. If this is of interest, then I hope to see you soon. If you want to know more about subsea engineering, read UT2, the magazine, or UT3, the online magazine of the Society for Underwater Technology. And if you're looking at this through YouTube, please subscribe.